like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for Season 10, Episode 9 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This episode pissed me off a lot. Clearly because of Kim motherfucking Zodiac Bierman. I'm gonna get to that bitch at the end because she irked every nerve that I had. And I swear on everything I love that I hate that she is back on this season. I hate that she is on The Real Housewives. I don't think this show needs that bitch. I want her to go the fuck away. And I hope everyone had a great Sunday, had a great weekend. It's gonna enjoy if you guys have tomorrow off. I am off tomorrow, so if you're also off tomorrow, have a great off day. Yeah, my birthday is Tuesday, 36. I'm gonna say that until Tuesday, so give it up. It is what it is. So, yeah, this, I mean, this episode, just Kim's energy just made me want to just like pull her wig off and like let her slip on it, and then like she slides through her kitchen or something, and then she like hits the pots and the pans and to make all kind of noises and stuff, and then in the pots and the pans is like some sauce for some spaghetti, so that drips down on her. You know what I'm saying? It's a little warm. It doesn't burn her, but it's a little warm, and it's just very uncomfortable for her. She makes me fucking uncomfortable, and I want her to be uncomfortable, and I hate her little just. Oh, she gets on my nerve. The episode starts off. I'm trying not to land her so early. I don't want to start the video off like that. The episode starts off with us seeing Porsha reading some lines, trying to practice her acting. Porsha trying to get the acting bug. She's booked to play, to can play that game. Her sister or someone said, you can cry on cue. She did that time. Now, Nancy came out Porsha's eyes. She tried to, but it ain't happen. So, whatever. She's on tour with the Two Can Play That Game play, which was a movie, as we know, back in the day. And the play came to Detroit. I remember the weekend the play came to Detroit, and people were saying that it was not as good as they thought it would be. I don't know if they had just a bad day or whatever, but people here wasn't really feeling it, so it was what it was. But I heard it did good everywhere else, but people here, we real judgmental here in Michigan. When players come here, if it ain't good, they'll say, this is a bullshit-ass play. I'm mad to spend my money on it. And so it was what it was. So, yeah, she trying to do a little acting thing. Even though I'm not much of a Porsha fan, if she wants to do it and put her energy into it and do the work it takes to, build her craft, I'm on here for it. It is what it is. The next we see, here comes Sheree, and she's supposedly meeting with Kim and Nene. Now, as y'all know, I am not a Kim fan. I have not been a Kim fan since she was on the show before. When she was first on the show, I didn't have an issue with her. It was her last season that she was on that pissed me off, and I ain't been a fan of her since. I do not watch her show, her own little show. I would not watch her show, and I just don't. Oh, she just irks all my nerves. I don't, dog. Every nerve she irks a man. I swear, there's nothing. Even when her son got hurt, I felt bad for like the son and Croy. I didn't feel bad for Kim. That's how much I do not like her. She just, So, when Kim walked on, I continuously rolled my eyes. Damn near made myself be cockeyed, rolled my eyes so dang on hard. And, it's her, Kim, and Sheree, Kim, and Nene. Nene wasn't there yet. And I feel like Kim, Sheree, and Nene are the weirdest set of friends ever in life. Now, I don't even think they're friends. I think they're associates who have known each other a long time. I feel like when you have friends, like friends, you don't fall out the way they fall out. You know what I'm saying? They throw shade. It's really, really, really bad. And I feel like they're only friends when it suits them for the show. And I'm not here for it. And I feel like that's more how Sheree is. Sheree will be anyone's friend if it gives her a storyline. And I feel like Kim the same way. Kim and Sheree ass ain't a bit more best bosom buddies, in real life as anybody else. Girl, bye. I just don't care for it. Sheree starts telling Kim about how the trip to San Fran went and how Porsha and Nene got into a big argument or whatever. And then kind of brings up how people don't like Porsha basically because of the whole line situation on Candy. And then Kim fixes her motherfucking duck lips, wig wearing ass to say, oh yeah, I know Candy really well, and that was really unfortunate with what Porsha said about her. But I know Candy, and her and a threesome thing and sharing her husband with other people, something's wrong with her brain. Bitch, check yourself, because my thing is, you were sharing someone else's husband with yourself. You were sharing Big Papa's wife. You were sharing her husband, okay? So don't act like you don't understand when someone allows their husband to do other things, because you fucked Big Papa for years and he was a married man. So that was someone else's husband. So you was involved in your own little threesome, mama. I told y'all she pissed me off. I'm trying my best to stay calm because she irks all my fucking nerves. But anyway, she then fixes her punk ass mouth to say, yeah, because I would never let Candy eat my box. Don't nobody want that cigarette infested, menthol breathing. Look, you got dang chain smoking, trailer park ass bitch. Don't nobody want to eat your coochie. And my thing is to come on a show and speak about Candy, who you and Candy ain't been cool in years. Y'all ain't talked in years. To then bring up and say, well, yeah, I'm moving the camera around. Yeah, Candy wanted to eat my box. Bitch, when? Because you ain't talked to her in years, so when did she want to eat your box? And even when you were on the show and y'all were cool, y'all wasn't that cool at all. It was just, to me, it was a low blow. And like Candy went on social media and she put up like, I'm tired of these bitches lying on me. I ain't never ever wanted to or tried to eat your box. She said how she feels like Kim is trying to get her piece back. And I feel like that's true. I don't watch her show, so I don't know how good it do. I don't know what it talks about or whatever. What I do know is Kim got buku amount of kids and her husband ain't working. And my thing is she's trying to get a check where she can get a check from. And by all means do that, but don't try to do that at the expense of someone else, especially someone I fuck with. I call bullshit. No one's going to believe that Kim was out here trying to ass eat your pussy. No one wants that. Your pussy probably... I almost said something real inappropriate, and I had to catch myself before I said it, because I be thinking before I say stuff now. Anyway, that pissed me off. I hate when people try to clearly lie and start rumors for just for the sake of TV. It irks my damn nerve. And we then see how, what else did she say? And then Sheree pissed me off because Sheree playing into it. Oh my God, did she try to eat your coochie? Oh my God, this is getting really juicy. Sheree is a fake bitch from the south side of whatever city she's from. She believes she's a bone collector. I get that. She's the petty one. I get that. She's the posture. I get that. But for that exact reason, Sheree is the person you cannot treat as a true friend, because the thing is, she would smile in your face and laugh in your face and kiki with you all day, and then she would go to the next bitch and talk she would go to the next bitch and talk major shit about you, and it just pissed me off. I'm like, you sitting up here laughing at Candy's expense for what? And for my things, when I hear someone say some bullshit about somebody, I be like, girl, is you for real? That's not true. I'm not going to feed into it as if it's the truth. And Sheree does that in any and every situation. Sheree is just as fake as Kimmy is. And I think that's why the goddamn dynamic duo of bullshit and bone collectors. Let them hoes collect them bones. So, from there, and I feel like Sheree is a messy bitch. Sheree and Kim are messy bitches. Point blank into the period. So, Sheree then goes into how she's in love with Tyrone, and once he comes home, or if he comes home, they're going to be together. She's living this whole fantasy of a person who's 21, her boyfriend went to jail, and girl, when he get out, he gonna marry me, we gonna be a couple, because you're 21, you young, and you dumb. Sheree, you too old to be that young or to be that dumb. My thing is, you can't be that desperate to have someone in your life that the only person available to love you is a man who's in prison. I just don't. I think it's some bullshit and some fuckery. And again, she needed a show. But if you was smart, you would just get a man who's on the outside. At least I just don't care about it. Kim been telling her, it's about time she got some dick. She not getting no dick. He in prison. She not getting no dick. None. So Kim, you sound fucking stupid. And from there, they were like, well, damn, we been here a while. Nene not here. Y'all wonder where Nene at. So they called Nene. Nene said, y'all didn't get the memo? I'm not coming. And they like, what memo? What you mean? Why you not coming? And she said, look, I feel like I need to have a conversation with y'all before we kikiing it, and having drinks and, laughing and talking. And she said, the last time I seen Sheree, it was a couple issues, things we had to talk about. And Kim, the last time I saw you, it was also some bullshit, because the last time she saw Kim was at her house party when Kim was breaking shit and her daughter was taking pictures of roses in the goddamn bathroom. So I get what Nene was saying, like, y'all invited me, but I ain't coming. Because I don't fuck with y'all right now. We have issues, and I don't want to kiki with both of you, because it's just not what it wants to be. So from there, we see, what did she say? Because Kim and Sheree was acting like they know what she was talking about, but then, they like Nene crazy, and then, because no, it was weird because they said that they were acting like they did not know what she was talking about, and they hung up the phone or whatever. And then Kim goes into saying, I think Nene is crazy, last time I saw her, she was parking her fake rented Rolls Royce in the candy cat space, and I'm like, first of all, bitch, you keep it made me mad. And then she's like, yeah, and it was the whole thing where Brielle was at the house party or whatever, and she took them pictures on Snapchat. Brielle said it was like 24 roaches in her bathroom. So your punk ass daughter sat and counted the roaches. My thing is, roaches, I don't think roaches even stay still long enough for you to count 24 of them. And my thing is that if there was 24 roaches in someone's bathroom, wouldn't somebody besides your punk ass daughter seen that? Wouldn't the cameras would have caught 24 roaches in someone's home? Please believe that would have been a huge story. It looked like it was 2 bugs in different parts of the house. And anyone who knows, you have a big house, and it's a newly built house, and you're having a party, and the doors are open and closed, and the doors are basically open, bugs get in the house, okay? And the fact that Kim tried to make it seem as if Nene's house is infested with roaches pissed me off. And I think in Atlanta, the bugs are really, really bad. We don't have bugs that bad here. Like, if you have your door open here, you might get, like, spiders, maybe, like, a few ants here and there, but nothing, like, really bad. For here in Michigan, if you have, like, roaches, like, that's because your house dirty. I think in Atlanta, or it's in Georgia, the bugs, they're just crazy. They have big bugs or whatever. But, I'm like, how your daughter count roaches? And who just normally sits and say 1, 2, 24? Who the fuck does that if someone else? It just pissed me off. And then Kim said, I have a working man who's been working with me for 7 years. I can have clean our house. So, bitch, does your house have roaches? Because the working man is for bugs in general. How many bugs do you have in your house? I can sit here and just go off about Kim, but I feel like she's also not even worth the breath of it because I just don't like the fact that they brought her back this season. I don't see the need for it. I feel like I feel like Kim is a racist. I feel like Kim only likes certain black people. I feel like Kim likes to be associated with black people to give herself a better, I don't know, just to make herself feel better. And I don't like it. I don't like Kim. I feel like she's a racist. She can kiss my ass, and I don't really care. So next, we see that Cynthia is having a school supply drive or whatever. Have people donate school supplies for children because, as you know, some people can't afford school supplies. Sometimes they can get really expensive, and because they're not free. You go to school, so it was really cool. So we saw how Kenya came, Mal was there, and then Will showed up, and Cynthia was acting like a dang on schoolgirl, like, oh my God, what should I do? I know he was coming. Should I stand up? Should I sit down? It was really, really cute. It was really, even though she's older, and Kenya said, girl, you're 50. Grow up. You can't be acting like that. Was she been a little bit extra? Yes. But if you think about it, she was with Peter for so long, so she hasn't had to do this dating thing in years. So it is really, really new. And I think when you meet someone you like and you don't know what to do, you are nervous. But it was just funny. It was cute to me. Will then brought up how he's going on a trip. That he'll be in Brazil for a week. And I think Kenya said prostitution is legal in Brazil. I'm like, why would you say that? So Cynthia like, say what now? So Will like, no, I'm not even dealing with that. I'm going to see the Jesus statue. Cynthia has nothing to worry about. And Cynthia still was acting a little bit weird. So Kenya like pulled her to the side, was like, girl, not real smacks, fake smacks. And was like, calm down, be normal, don't keep acting like that. And so when she got back to talk to Will, she's calm, cool, and collected now. He's like, well, okay. Can we talk real quick to the side? So he put it to the side, and he was like, I want you to call me later, let me know what you're doing, or whatever, maybe we can get together. And then he gives her a kiss. And the kiss wasn't like a weird, sloppy, you my woman type of kiss. It was a very smooth kiss. It was a kiss to let her know we're dating and I'm into you. And I don't think you have anything to worry about. Because he grabbed a little chin a little bit, and she kissed her. It was very cute. It was very sweet. It was very innocent, but also smooth and sexy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why she's smitten by him, because it's just a different thing. It's a different man. It's a different way he does things, and I think it's cute. You know, if he is an opportunist, if he is with her just to be on TV or whatever. I don't know that yet. I haven't seen that yet. I hate when anyone makes it seem as if because someone is on TV, if they're dating anybody, the person's only dating them because they're on TV. Like, some people can date someone because just a person on TV has to date someone. Point blank, period. So, you know, it is what it is. Small scene with Sheree at her house. We see her son Kairos came home from college. He cooking some food for her, so it is what it is. And then she takes a call from Tyrone as Cairo is cooking in the kitchen. And, you know, she says that her kids have never seen her with a man besides their father. And I see, this confused me. Because as we know, Sheree and Bob has been broken up for a long time. Okay, for a long time. It's been at least 10 years. Because they wasn't together when the season of when this series started. They hadn't been together even before then. So my thing is, to me, when she said that meant you haven't had a serious relationship with a man in 10 years. Because my thing is, how has your kids never saw you with a man? I get that you can date someone and you don't bring your kids around until you don't know them, but you haven't had not one serious relationship in all this time, and the one person you want your kids to meet is the man that you dating who's in prison. Because she then said, you know, they gonna see me with him. So that's the first person you bring home to meet your children is a person who was in prison. I want you to think about that, Sheree. Okay, just hear me now, girl. Girl, bye. You know, on the phone, she's talking to Tyrone, and Tyrone was saying something about how, you know, people gonna see how the government held back all this evidence and how he was basically framed. You know, he's not really guilty of whatever. He's really innocent. So his lawyers are filing an appeal to get him out of prison because he's not guilty. This is my thing about that. Do people get wrongfully convicted? All the time. It absolutely happens a lot. But my thing is weird because he said he stopped seeing Sheree because he was aware that he was under federal investigation. So my thing is, if you knew you was under federal investigation, you wasn't trying to figure out then or fight for your innocence then. Like, you been in jail for a few years, homie. You just not trying to... I don't, you know... Let me stop. I don't care. Sheree. I think Sheree is dumb for dating this convict. And not because he's a convict. I think she's dumb for starting a relationship with a man who was in prison. Point blank. I don't care what anybody says. She can be happy. She can love him to death. Y'all were not together before he went to prison. And I just don't feel like that you can really start a relationship with a person who was in prison, because that person he has all the time in the world to talk to you on the phone because he ain't got shit else to do. So it's a false sense of a relationship. Because my thing is, you don't know what you're doing when y'all in on the phone, or who you're talking to, or who else he's building with. Girl, bye. And Sheree is too old to be falling for the okie doke. If you want to be friends with someone and be there for someone, I completely get that. But you can confessing your love. You know, you like, you know, he's the one for me. You know, I'm so in love with him. How? Y'all ain't even been on a date. It's his phone calls and visits. Girl, but I just can't take it. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? And then she was saying to him on the phone how the ladies are acting really, you know, just fucked up with her because she's dating someone in jail. And she's like, Nene in particular. And this is my thing about that. Sheree would have all the shade in the world. She would have every goddamn shady tree in the world to throw at anyone if this was their scenario. Kenya in point. They throw so much shade at Kenya for whoever she's dating, whether she's in a relationship with a fake person, a real person, or whatever. They throw all the trees at Kenya. And Sheree, if Kenya would have said, I'm in love with the man who was in prison, Sheree would have torn Kenya down from the top to the bottom. Okay? You can't find nobody but a man in prison. So the same dirt they throwing at you is the same dirt you would throw if it was them. Because that's just who Sheree is. Sheree is the kind of person where she can throw them stones, but she can't take them stones being thrown back at her. You would say the exact same shit to someone. No, you would not be like, girl, you happy? Okay, be happy. Y'all talking shit just because her husband don't want to be on the show. She got a man who just don't want to be on the show. Y'all talk shit about her. So you have to forgive me if I feel like Sheree being like, oh, they shouldn't talk about me because I'm in love. Girl, shut up. Okay? Anyway, the basically the last scene of the whole thing is this dang on energy reading meeting that she has all the ladies come to. And it was like an energy reading, like with a medium type person, like who reads people's energy and stuff like that. The I have to say, this scene was very hard to review simply because it was like the whole thing could have been the whole episode. It was so much being said, so much shade being thrown, so much negative energy from Kim monkey ass, and it was just stupid. So Nene is saying the point of this is because people keep saying how, oh, we have issues, there's an elephant in the room, but she feels like everyone is focusing on her and Porsha's elephant and not their own elephant, because people in this group, they do all have issues one way or the other. So the medium lady says, there's a no cell phone rule, so I'm going to take everyone's cell phone so we can really focus on the connections and things like that. So she's taking everybody's phones, and we see, Nene was there first. We see Cynthia come in. We see Candy come in. Now, when Candy come in, the lady said, oh, I don't shake hands. And she she hugs Candy. But the footage showed her shake Cynthia's hand, and then she also shook Nene's hand. So I'm like, okay, maybe she just had different strokes for different folks. And, they show Candy and Cynthia and Nene talking, and Nene was saying how their boat trip went, and Candy just admitted, she was questioning Will, but says I did it because I'm your friend. I don't want to see you hurt, and that's what friends do, and it's true. That is what friends do. When your friend brings someone around that's new, you question the shit out of them the first time you meet them. That is just a part of dating. I feel like, because again, Cynthia hasn't been in that world in so long, she doesn't realize that's something normal. It's the same shit they did to Todd. It's the same shit they did to Walter when he was dating Candy. It's the same shit. Well, yeah, they did it to Matt. They do it to anybody new to someone dating. I think Cynthia just is, just not aware of them having to do it to her because it's her first time dating somebody. So yeah, it was. Then here comes the goddamn on 3 Witches Brew trio of Kim, Sheree, and Porsha. I am not here for that trio at all. That is one trio I'm not here for. Simply because I feel like it's a petty group of people. I feel like because Porsha and Sheree does not have their own normal storylines there, including Kim, and I hate Kim. So for me, they are guilty by associating with Kim monkey ass. And when she come in, it's a immediately a negative energy. First of all, I hate when anyone comes to a room cussing and fussing. Well, goddamn, bitch, what the fuck? I hate that. Don't bring that bullshit up in here. I feel like you should just sometimes hush, see what the atmosphere is before you go being loud, rude, and crude, and being your own white trash stuff. But I feel like Kim is white trash box. And when she come in, the lady says the same thing that she said to everybody else. This is the cell phone free zone, so I'm going to take your cell phones and put them up. You can get them when you come back. Kim going to say, I got 6 babies at home, and my husband at home with my kids, and he going to bring me some pizza, so I need to keep my phone with me, blah, 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 blah. The medium says, you almost have as many kids as I do. My kids are fine, your kids are fine. I'm pretty sure that the father is taking care of them. But again, this is a cell-free zone. Kim like, that ain't gonna work for me. And she don't give her phone up. This is how I feel. If you're gonna be on this show as a friend of whatever capacity you're on the show in, you need to fall in line. My thing is, this is not your show, Kim. You have your own show, okay? When you are on the show and you're doing things, y'all are having group activities, you need to fucking participate. No one gives 5 flying fucks about your 6 goddamn kids. And Candy with the epic read of, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of Kim and her kids and talking about how many kids she got. Your oldest is 20, so your oldest is old enough to take care of all the rest of them, which is absolutely true. Your youngest kid is like 6. Girl, bye. It's just, I call it bullshit. And I like how Kenya kind of spoke up and said, we all here for the same reason. We all had to give her phone up. She should have to too. I think Kenya said that to production too. I think she was saying it in general, because my thing is, we all here shooting a scene. And if we in the scene and we can't have our cell phones, she shouldn't be able to have her cell phones either. And I also feel like Kenya, if she's not going to participate correctly, why the fuck is you here? I'm still confused as to why she was invited. I feel like if Nene wanted to have a conversation with Kim, she should have had a conversation with Kim separate of the group. Because she's not on the show at all. She doesn't have a peach. She's a goddamn friend of a friend. I think if that's the case, Marlo should have been there. Again, I'm not here for Kim at all. So, Nene was saying again, how, her and Porsha might have an elephant in the room and they have their own issues. She said, but other people have issues too. And the reader starts to kind of read each lady's energy like one by one. And, she goes and say to like, I think she said to Sheree, like, no one to stop and no one to end, but don't be scared to do whatever you're going to do. She said to Kenya, I don't think you're going to be here much longer, not as if you're going to die, but I think that you just have a different destiny. She brought up to Candy, how Candy has a sixth sense and has a lot of deja vu moments, and how she feels like Candy's going to help her in some way at this particular reading. She said to Cynthia, I overheard a bit of your conversation and I don't like to hear that. She said, but I dug a little bit deeper, did a little bit more of a reading, and I do feel like you need to listen to your friends, especially in this situation, because they're kind of right. And as they're all talking, she's talking to this person, Kim is just saying stuff under her breath each time. And it's very, very aggravating. She's holding Portia's hand. She's playing with Portia's hair. She's just not really being a participant in this. Kim is a goddamn distraction. She's a goddamn Dixie cup, as the medium said. When the medium said to Cynthia, listen to your friends, I think they're right in the situation. Kim says, I've been bred by all these different people, my family mediums or whatever. Don't listen to her. The medium said, what'd you say, Kim? I told her don't listen to you because, I don't feel like you're right. I don't want her to ruin or something based on what you said. And then, Lord Jesus, she says how, she's a higher power too. And honey, the reader said, I guess a Dixie cup is going to help me do these readings because I ain't doing it right. I said, oh, the Dixie cup. I gagged. I tell you I did. So from there, she's like, since you've been here, I've only been getting negative vibes from you, and I don't know why. It's just kind of crazy. And then Kim goes into the whole, I'm from a higher power too. When you're from a higher power, you can't even read off or be shady, and you're really shady, and I don't like it. And because I'm from a higher power. The higher power Kim was talking about is white supremacy. Okay? Kim thinks she's better than everybody. Kim ain't a bit more than a man on the moon, a spiritual higher power. If Kim told me, Jay Lee, it's gonna snow tomorrow in Michigan, I'll be like, bitch, you lying. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I won't believe. Kim ain't not then part of higher nothing besides a higher goddamn hairline, higher goddamn lip bills. That's all she high from smoking some cocaine. I don't know. I do not like Kim, and she gets on my nerve. I feel like she's rude simply because the ladies were, for the most part, enjoying or participating, and she kept just saying shady shit. And my thing is the same way when she would go to listen to her readers or her psychers or whatever, and she let them do their job. Let this woman do her job. Don't be rude and crude and interrupting her, because my thing is, bitch, you're a guest. Okay? You're a guest of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't give a fuck who was on it from the beginning. You are no longer on the show. You are a guest. Behave, bitch. Oh my God, this is gonna be like such a mean review, but I don't care because I don't like him. And from there, Kim saying, anybody who's a higher power and who does whatever wouldn't even say something as rude as a Dixie cup. I would, because your energy, and then she said, since you got here, your energy has been off. And when Kim walked in, everyone looked like, we have to shoot this bitch. That's how everyone looked. No one wanted her there except Sheree and Porsha. And my thing is, Sheree and Porsha can go too. Bye, bitches. I don't care. And she was talking to Kenya, the medium was, and saying how, Kenya has a different path. And Kim, under her breath, is saying, that's bullshit. Whatever. I don't want to care. And then Cynthia cut into her like, if you're not gonna sit here and shut up and behave and participate, then why are you here? I don't have time for it. It's like I'm tired of the bullshit. Either sit here and listen or leave. Who the fuck are you? Her words, not mine. And I was like, come through Kenya. I love it when Kenya gets Kim ass together. Because Kim likes to start drama and likes to poke a bear. You know what I'm saying? But then she likes to ignore Kenya when Kenya get back in that ass. And my thing is, don't ditch unless you can take it. And I just want, again, I want her to slip on some pots and pans, slide into the goddamn kitchen door. That's some sauce fall on her or whatever. It's a little more, it's just stupid. So the medium then asked people to switch seats because she's like, the energy in this connection is just off. It's because Porsha and Kim are sitting there holding hands. Why? They not even friends. They're not friends. They're not friends. And Nene like, I don't know why wig and go naked hair is holding hands. It's really stupid. And it was really stupid. I just didn't get it. So, the medium does ask Kim, like, can I clean you off? Like, can I take some water and cleanse you? Or, just to get this spirit, this to clear the air. Kim says no. And the medium, like, she over, so she gets up and leave. Because, again, Kim was a negative energy in the room. And if I was there, like, I would be the one of, like, you know what? If Kim here, I don't want to shoot no scenes. I don't. Because her energy is off, I don't feel like even dealing with her bullshit. I feel like she's just here just to fuck with people. And I don't want to deal with it. I don't. I would not do scenes with Kim. And Candy thing kind of takes over. And she asked, like, Nene and Porsha about their issue. And Porsha then said, like, I'm kind of over that issue. I refuse to, I have nothing to give to a person who just keeps giving me their ass to kiss. And then Nene was like, well, Candy, you and Porsha have your own issues too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have your own elephant in the room. And then Candy said, well, honey, elephants last a long time. They can live a long, long time. Meaning, me and this girl issue is going to stay. It's going to forever be an elephant in the room. And I'm not going to deal with it. It's going to be there forever, bitch. And I agree because my thing is, their situation is something real. Whereas Porsha and Nene, I still don't get the fucking disdain between them two. But it is what it is. Sheree then brings up, well, Nene, you said you had an issue and I don't know what it is. She's like, is it Tyrone? And Nene like, well, I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have anything against you. My thing was I had to talk to Kim. And then Sheree was like, it's a Tyrone because, you have mug shots too. Honey, Nene said, let's be clear. I have a mug shot. He is in prison, okay? It's something completely different. And that's true. It's the difference between, me getting arrested for something little, I pay bail and I'm out, and that's all that it is, versus someone who was in federal prison for like 10 to 15 years. It's completely, it's apples and oranges. No, it's not even apples and oranges. It's apples and orange pop. It's two completely different things. So, Kenya then says, like, we know, she's like, because you bring up a con artist, and I'm bringing up, you bring up, he's a con artist, and now just arrested once, and that's it. And then, Kenya says, he was convicted of conning. So, what Nene is saying is true, because she's like, isn't that what he was arrested for? And then, she's like, well, yeah, he filed on appeal, because he's not really guilty. But he was convicted of it. And so technically, as we know right now, he was found guilty. Even if he's filing an appeal. So from there, Kim then says to Sheree, don't let that bitch get to you. She just wants to be you. She wants to be happy like you, wants to be in love like you. Girl. And Kim, I don't know why she said that. Kim was like, Kim, be quiet and be respectful. And then they kind of going back and forth. Kim is on her phone, like, looking at whatever, not acknowledging Kenya. And then Kim was like, Kenya said, if you want to, I'll wait till you're done so you can be respectful. And Kim was like, I don't want to talk to you, so I'm not going to ever be done. And, from there, it's just really, really stupid. I think Cynthia said, what's even the issue between y'all two? And then Kenya says, look, I don't have an issue with anyone until they have an issue with me. And I agree. And she brings up at Sheree's party, Kim interjected herself in the shade that Kenya was throwing at Sheree, which she did. And from there, they have had issues. She's like, and then at Nene's party, she came after me again. She's like, I don't go after anyone who doesn't come after me. And, she's like, she just keeps doing that. Kim then tells Cynthia, what did she say? She told Cynthia to be quiet. And then Cynthia said, Kim, don't tell me to be quiet. And at that point is when I would have snatched Kim up by her wig. Because my thing is, I can't, no, I don't, I don't believe in violence. But I would have went the fuck off. I would have said more than don't tell me to be quiet. It would have been a full-fledged argument at that point in time. Because again, I feel like Kim is rude, disrespectful, and I do feel like she's racist. I feel like she has racist bones in her body. Maybe not all her bones, but some of her bones are racist. And she says to Cynthia later, I need you to not talk when you don't know stuff. Let's be a pretty face. Bitch, what? And again, Cynthia said to her, like, what I'm saying, you can't tell me not to talk. You can't tell me to just be a pretty face. I'm gonna say what I want to say. It was stupid. Again, it was just so much. Nothing was resolved. And I was just like, okay, it is what it is. When because Kim then says to Cynthia, I just feel like, kids should be off limits. And Cynthia said, well, no, kids shouldn't be on social media coming at other people. And they should, because that's what her daughter has been doing. You can't say that your daughter should be off limits, but your daughter is including herself in the business. She's including herself in the bullshit. So it is what it is. And from there, we see Kenya saying, I didn't come after your daughter. And then Kim asked her singing a goddamn Amazing Grace song. Off key, by the way. But it was like, bitch, whatever. So from there, everyone else leaves. And now Kim and Nene are having a conversation. And Nene just says, like, I felt like we needed to talk without Sheree. That's why I didn't come to the dinner. She says how I feel like our energy is off. I feel like we're not, connecting right now, that we're on different pages. It's like the first time you saw me, you came up, you were talking about me parking in a handicap space. She's like, what you did it as if Greg had not been out the hospital, but a couple days from his heart situation. So you were acting, she's like, you have your own heart situation. You should be aware of that, which is true. When someone is a driver of a handicapped person, they do get a handicap sticker. And if Greg was with her and she parked the handicap, it was what it was. But again, I think this thing was you were finding things to nitpick at me about, and friends don't do that, and they don't. And she then brings up how you came to my house, created a scene, broke stuff. Kim did say, yeah, I'm sorry for acting like a crazy person. But Kim said, you were off. So I wondered if you were on drugs or something. And he was like, what are you talking about? She's like, at your party, like, you just seemed off, like, were you on pills or something? Like, I thought you were high. Nene was laughing. She was like, okay, now the bitch saying I'm high. And she's like, you know what? I just feel like this isn't working. And they kind of get up and leave or whatever. And then the episode goes off. I don't like Kim. I feel like this episode had too much negativity, negative energy from her and her antics. I don't like her being intertwined with the other castmates. I don't see the point of having her on the show. I think it is a way to... I'm just over Kim, and I don't know what else to say, so I'm done. This is Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Put your comments below whether you liked it, disliked it, whatever, but this is my feelings. I'm not here for Kim. Anytime Kim's on the show, I'm going to have the same disdain for her that I have anytime she would be on the damn show. I do not like her on the show at all. I feel like she's an opportunist. I feel like she's a racist. I feel like she comes after people with low blows that are lies, basically. And it's bullshit. Take your ass back to Mayberry where you came from. Go back to your show. Go back to your 6 kids. Go back to your husband. Bitch, be over there. If you want to shoot scenes with Sheree and Porsha, bring them to your show. Don't come to this show with your bullshit. And I'm done. Love you. Peace.